Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to release your inner lumberjack, for I'm going to show you the proper way to split firewood with a maul. So stay tuned if you want to stay warm during those cold winter nights. So firstly, this is not an axe. This is a maul. A maul is basically a big heavy axe. It's a sledgehammer and an axe put together. The weight of the maul enables it to gather more momentum during your downswing, and the weight also enables it to smash through the wood more so. So you want a maul, not an axe. You also want a chopping block. A big tree stump like this one makes for a great chopping block because there's a lot of room on it. So I can put the wood in various spots. The wood's not going to fall and hit the ground because there's so much room, it'll just land on the chopping block. And since it's a tree stump, the chopping block itself is not going to fall. So it really makes for an ideal one. But really, any large log that's relatively flat can make for a good chopping block. And as for the height, you're going to want it about 12 to 16 inches, but really your personal preference is where you want it. And you'll quickly figure out what height it should be just by how it feels when you're splitting wood. It won't take long. And do not use something like a rock, because if you miss the wood you're splitting and you hit the rock, you're going to dull the maul. You're just going to dull the blade on it. So you want to use a piece of wood so that way when the maul inevitably hits the chopping block, it's hitting wood and it's not going to dull the blade like it would if it was hitting a rock. And as for your technique, you want to stand far enough away to where you can hit the wood you're splitting with your maul when your arms are stretched out in front and the maul is stretched out in front of you as far as it can go. And your torso is bent a bit towards the wood. So you just have to experiment for where to stand, but this is something else that will come pretty natural to you while you're splitting wood. You start by bringing the maul up above your head. I let it go all the way down to where it's hitting me in the back, essentially. It's resting on my spine. And then when I start the downswing, I use my abdominal muscles, and I'll lean back and bring the maul up over my head. And then I will crunch my abs down and forward as if I'm at the gym doing crunches. And my arms will swing up over my head. And as they come out in front of me, it's important that your arms, before they hit the wood, your arms lock out straight in front of you. You don't want your elbow bent when you're actually striking the wood, because if your elbow is bent, then that is going to change the direction of the energy flowing through your arms. And when you change the direction of energy, it's going to lose some of its energy. So if your arms are locked out front, all the energy you're generating by bringing your arms above your head, crunching your abs down, is going to go straight through your arms into that maul. And just before impact, you also want to loosen your grip on the maul. If you keep a tight grip, then when you hit the wood, it's going to hurt your hands because all that energy is going to bounce back through the maul into your body. So you loosen your grip so that way it doesn't hurt your hands, and it also enables the maul to snap straight out in front of you too. Another benefit of loosening your grip on the maul is it's going to help ensure that the pointed part of the maul hits the wood. Because if your grip is tight, you might end up hitting the wood with the side of the maul, for instance. But because of how it's shaped, the pointed part is going to go through the air more easily. It's more aerodynamic that way. So if you loosen your grip, it's more likely that you're going to hit the wood with the point rather than the side of the maul. So right before impact, open your hands a bit and let the maul slide in your hands a little bit as it's hitting the wood. And for your knees, you're going to notice that I'm bending my knees quite a bit during the downswing. You want to bend your knees and lower your whole body down into the swing. This essentially is putting your body weight behind it too. So combining crunching your abs, keeping your arms out straight, and then bending your knees and bringing your whole body weight into it, you're going to get a very powerful blow. With a little bit of practice, you'll be able to split wood very quickly, oftentimes with 1 or 2 strikes, depending on the type of wood it is. As for some tips for breaking the wood, some little secrets, one of the big ones is it's easier to split firewood when it's cold outside than it is when it's hot. So you'll want to do it on a cold winter day when it's freezing out. The reason why is the water that's in the wood fibers, it will freeze with the air, and the wood fibers become stiff and become less flexible. So if the wood fibers are flexible as they are in the summertime, when you hit it with the maul, the wood will flex a little bit and absorb some of that impact. But in the wintertime, since the fibers are stiff, they can't flex, so the maul will just smash right through them. Well, thanks for watching this video. I really hope that this improves your wood splitting technique. I'm going to make more videos on firewood, splitting wood, stacking it, increasing burn times in the wood stove. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.